Bunch of triggers going off. Battle Cry on the bottom. Zombie has something. Please don't be an overloaded rift. Wow, it's an overloaded rift. What could be more awesome than that? Oh, that hurts so much. We're probably gonna have to discard. Today on Commander Replay, we unleash our most savage battle cry, Wah! With this Adriana Battle Cry Tribal deck. Next on Commander Replay. Hey guys, help support me and save 15% on singles by using the promo code REPLAY at mothershipaTX.com. Commander Replay t-shirts, now available in orange and colors beside orange. Welcome back everyone, playing some Adriana Captain of the Guard today, and this is Battle Cry Tribal. Let's take a look at this opening hand. 2 lands with a flip land? I don't think so. Mulligan that. A lot of our 6 drops also. This seems a little better with the Dowsing Dagger. Yeah, we can play Magic with this hand. If we get into a pinch, we can use the Aumeria's Call as a land. So yeah, this is going to be much better. So this was a deck idea I had a long time ago. And actually, the original incarnation of this deck was actually an Aurelia deck. We don't see any in our hand, sadly. But this deck is built around creatures like Solteri Champion. Whenever it attacks, other creatures get +1/+1. Piana, attacking creatures get +1/+1. Sir Alan is one of the newer additions of this card type, but really it's kind of built around this battle cry mechanic, Hero of Bladehold being one of my favorite cards. But this is something I tried a long time ago, I think either before the channel started or right as the channel was starting, but never actually made it to video. Like I said, originally Aurelia was in the command zone, and Aurelia is very good in the command zone of this deck. But I decided to switch to Adriana just because it fits the tribal theme better of Adriana is essentially another version of these battle cry abilities. Also just for the sake of like changing up commanders, because I do play a lot of Aurelia and a lot of Aurelia on the channel. So just to have something else to look at. But yeah, that's the idea, is that we're going to drop a bunch of creatures in there. A lot of them have the battle cry ability or something similar to it. And if we have 3 or 4 creatures attacking at once, they should just be massive and it should be a real problem for our opponents. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. A bunch of other standard Boros stuff in the deck. Didn't get too many new cards in here. Got this Blacksmith Skill. That one should be fun. Aumeria's Call is somewhat recent. New Acroma is a fun new one that is very similar to a Battle Cry type ability, so that one could be cool. But this is going to be an all-in aggro deck. There's not a lot of removal in this deck, and I'm hoping that's not a problem here. If you guys want to build this one, you should definitely run more removal than this, but I am a professional, so I'm going to try to make this work with a very low removal count type of deck. Anyway, that brings back to our turn. There's a Stoneforge Mystic. Love that. What are we doing first? Let's get this Plateau in first, and then we shall get a Mother of Ruins. And that is a very reasonable turn 1 play, in my opinion. So we will pass the turn like that. Take a peek at our commander, Adriana Captain of the Guard, a card that I just really like. I wish I had been using it more 4 or 5 years ago. Like, I think I underestimated how good it actually is. It is very good. It's a 5-mana 4/4 with the melee ability, which is whenever this creature attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each opponent you attacked this combat. Then it says other creatures you control have melee. It doesn't feel like a very inspired ability, but it does just make your team huge. Like, your creatures get giant quickly. And if you throw an extra combat in there, you're potentially getting up to +6/+6 without any other effects going off. And that's so incredibly good. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. We're gonna try to make a bunch of huge creatures using creatures that are gonna be generally smaller, 2 to 4 mana mostly, and try to make them huge and swing into our opponents and do lethal that way. Now, this deck will be very soft to a board wipe, and that's a thing we'll have to watch out for, but we'll see what we can do. Anyway, it brings back to our turn. There's an Enlightened Tutor. Those are pretty good. Let's play the Mountain. Do we go Dowsing Dagger? Yeah, maybe we go Dowsing Dagger. What are our opponents playing? Stonebrow and Kess, Dissident Mage. Kess probably not going to have so many blockers, so maybe we'll try the Dowsing Dagger right here. We'll give Zombie some tokens. He did mill us, by the way, when this thing entered the battlefield, and we lost an Aurelia. That's one that I kind of wanted. Inspiring Unicorn, I'm fine with that. There's plenty of other copies of that type of card in the deck, but it's not going to be easy for us to get that Aurelia back. I don't think I have a Sevinne's Reclamation in here right now, which is maybe not the best, but yeah, we'll just stay put. It is a Mother of Ruins. I think I'm going to set a stop on my turn, thinking about a Mana Crypt with this Enlightened Tutor. Feel like that will do good things for us, because then we flip the Dowsing Dagger, we get a Stoneforge Mystic, and at that point we're probably into like a Mask of Memory or a Skull Clamp, and that all seems pretty good. Opponent going to drop down this Lonis Cryptzoologist. Let's take a read of this one. 2 mana, 1/2. Whenever another non-token creature you control enters the battlefield under your control, investigate. And then tap it, sacrifice X clues, target opponent reveals the top X cards of their library. You may put a non-land permanent with mana value X or less from among them onto the battlefield, rest on the bottom. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Gives you the potential for a lot of card draw. I do like that it's an investigate trigger and not something like Edric Spymaster, which is just clearly too strong. At least with the clues, you have to spend some mana to draw. So free and repeatable card draw has shown itself to be a problem numerous times in the format. So Xeno does get themselves a Cultivate and gets their ramp going a little bit, and Kess just taps out and passes. Not much happening. Yeah, this is a good time for that mana crypt, so let's go ahead and do that. Play the Enlightened Tutor. Yeah, we could actually go for a Soul Ring right here. Not take the damage. Seems like it might be a good idea. So let's do that. Soul Ring on top. Play the Soul Ring. Equip the Dowsing Dagger. We're gonna swing into the Kess deck. That seems like it's a good idea, right? Kess is kind of strong. Luckily, they don't have blue mana yet, so maybe that was their issue last turn. Transform the Dowsing Dagger. We've got ourselves a Lost Veil. Tough call right here. Do we hold the Amerius Call or play it as a land? I am not sure, because we're running low on cards, but we also want to make sure our land drops. So this gets us a lot of mana, but if someone strip mines it, then we go back to the Stone Age, and that's not ideal. But we're going to play the Stoneforge Mystic, because we are going to need some card draw. Use the ability. The ramp is good. Choices are Skull Clamp or Mask of Memory, essentially. I'm going to go for, I think Mask of Memory. Mask of Memory. Can't do anything with 1 mana, although we could play that untapped and then drop in the Mask of Memory. I think we can wait a turn before we play the Amerius Call. If we miss our next land drop, then maybe I'll play it, but I'd like to hold on to this. This is a nice form of creature protection, especially when we're like overextended, which this deck will most certainly do. Arcane Signet for opponent. Wall of Ruins. Enters the battlefield, scry 1. It's a defender. They investigate. Storm says, not the hand he should have kept against double aggro. Yeah. Let's take a peek at what our opponents are playing today. So, as we talked about, Zombie is playing Lonis Cryptzoologist. And it looks like it's going to be some sort of Simic creature deck that does investigating things. Probably uses that ability to do some stuff. Next up in the middle, we've got Illegal Xeno piloting Stonebrow Krosan Hero. Old school commander, one that's been around for a long time and is just fun. 5 mana, 4/4, Trample. Whenever a creature you control with Trample attacks, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. So you're probably going to see a lot of big trample creatures in that deck. And then finally, we've got Storm Was a Mistake piloting Kess Dissident Mage. Kess allows you to cast an instant or sorcery spell from your graveyard once each turn. And if you do, exile it. Notably, a very strong commander and one that is usually in the top tiers of CEDH. I don't think that's what they're doing today, but it's still probably pretty good. Doing anything twice in Commander is really good, and casting spells twice is one of those things. Quartzwood Crasher coming in. It's a 6/6 with Trample. Whenever one or more creatures you control with Trample deal combat damage to a player, create an XX green dinosaur. Yeah. Sure, that won't be a problem. Opponent's gonna use Throes of Chaos to Cascade. Gets themselves a Chromatic Lantern, so now they have blue mana. That worked out pretty well for them. But nothing else to do, so they tap out and pass, brings it back to our turn. Ooh, there's a land. Excellent. I like lands. Let's get the Mask of Memory into play. We could play the Feast and Famine this turn. Opponents are tapped out. So that's 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, we don't even have to do any of that. Okay. Play a Sword of Feast and Famine. Oh, we'll have to play the, yeah, okay. Play Hangware Battlements. Equip a Feast and Famine. Equip a Mask of Memory. Send this over to the Kess player. Although I should say, because we don't have a lot of board wipes in the deck, a lot of creatures is actually a problem for us. But still, we're going to stay on this Kess for a minute. Also, like, the discard doesn't bother them nearly as much as it might another deck. So we hit, we'll put the Mask on the bottom, untap first. As far as, like, early explosive starts go, this is a pretty good one. Enlightened Tutor into Soul Ring definitely sped us up. The early Dowsing Dagger is also just really good. Yeah, draw with the Mask of Memory. 2 lands. What do we need? That's red. That's red. That gives us that. We need triple white at some point, so I think we'll discard the mountain. And now we've got our next land drop set up. We are incredibly soft to a board wipe right now, but maybe we just get our commander in? I don't know. Yeah, I think get our commander. Pretend like we have something in our hand, leaving up the plateau. We're generally safe from spot removal with Mother of Ruins, so that's cool. Next turn, if we can, like, catch a creature off the top, or maybe even better, we could probably do something wild. If we have enough mana, that's a lot of mana. It'd be 11 mana to go Ogre Battle Driver into Ameria's Call, but we do actually have a pretty good amount of mana, so it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll be on 9 when we play a land next turn. A little bit short of doing both of those in the same shot, but if we could catch a creature off the top and go Battle Driver into that creature, that could be pretty good. Want to play as a Wood Elves, that triggers their Lonis. and they'll get a land. That's a parallel lives. Okay, definitely got some token stuff going on. Oh yeah, it does double the clues. I think they did that in the wrong order, unless they needed the land first, which they might have. The thing we got to watch out for, like especially, is Toxic Deluge, because Ameria's Call doesn't protect you from that one. Mother of Runes can save a creature from a blasphemous act, and that's cool. I'd probably save Adriana just for the mana, but it can protect itself, can it? Maybe it's worth protecting itself. There's a Bortusk Liege. Yep. So the big creatures coming out to play. 8/8 our way. Yep. I guess we're taken. I know we could block and do the thing, but I really want to leave up possibility of spot removal, because Kess probably has a lot of it. Yeah, there's 8 damage. No big deal. They're going to get an 8/8, which will be bigger because of that thing. Yep, it's a 9/9. Opponent taps out, passes it. Big turn for Kess right here. They could really slow this game down with a board wipe. But what's also interesting is that if it's a Toxic Deluge and they want to go for 9 with actually they could go for 8, because once this dies, then this would die. So even still, going for 8 is a lot of life. That's a lot of life into a Deluge. It'd be worth it, but there is a cost to that later in the game. See what they got? It's a Solemn Simulacrum. That is not the board wipe. Does give them a much needed blocker though. Certainly something to say for that on this board state. I'm hoping we can find one of our really nasty Battle Cry creatures off the top. Ogre Battle Driver into even a mediocre one. Even like a Sir Alan would be fine. But I think Martin Stromgold could be pretty wild. Hero Bladehold would be sick. Ghostly Pilferer coming in. Oh yeah, that's kind of a ridiculous card. I think the trample will be a problem for us. At some point, we're probably going to need to find like a True Conviction or something like that. Brings back to our turn. There's another land. We can play a land. Well, I think Xeno might be getting this round of Stoneforge Mystic. Oh, man. Do we attack with Adriana? Adriana gives us a blocker, but it's still... I mean, it can soak up some of the damage, which is something at this point. Yeah, there's a lot of like 2/1s and stuff on the board, so I might just hold Adriana back. I know we could get a little extra damage over there, but... yeah, I think I'm going to hold Adriana back right here. If someone else wants to kill the Solemn Simulacrum, that's fine by me. Oh, you want to maybe a good plan right here? Hit and then move the sword. That's probably the best thing to do. Yeah, maybe we should have spent some mana first, though. We do have a Feast and Famine that we're not really going to be doing much with. Yeah, probably should have played the Battle Driver. Right now, we only have 3 creatures on board, one of which is our commander, so we're like not overly exposed to a creature board wipe as you potentially could be with this deck, because you can be very exposed. It's like 30 creatures in the deck. Stoneforge does get the melee ability right here. So, like, just committing an Ogre Battle Driver that doesn't do much in the short term is like, not my favorite. We might try to hold back for a second to see if that board wipe shows up. Oh, those are some cards. Binder's Enclave is cool. Yeah, discard this Plains. Cool, so we're getting, like, more value setup plays, which is probably ideal right now, because if we just try to put our foot on the gas, you're going to run into that board wipe eventually, and bad things will happen. So we can kind of just keep setting up right now, which I like, and making sure we're set up for the long game. Get the Skull Clamp in, put the Skull Clamp on Adriana. Move the sword over to Adriana. I guess we could have did that maybe first, but whatever. This is where we are. We've got a big protected Adriana. Love it. Do we expose the battle? No, I mean, we haven't done the Battle Driver thing yet. Why do it now? Soul Swallower. Sure I won't like this. Oh, it's the Worm. I've used this card. At the beginning of your upkeep, there are 4 more cards in your graveyard. Put 3 +1/+1 counters on it. Use it in my Worm Tribal deck. They do appear to have Delirium. They got a Spawn Writhe in the graveyard. Fun card. Most people know to shoot it when it comes in, but on 1 or 2 occasions, I've seen that not happen, and then it can get out of hand. Generally, you need some form of like unblockable or someone to not have creatures out, but once you get a couple of them, they multiply very quickly, and it becomes a problem. Oh, 9/9 our way, yep, and an 8/8 over to Kess. The 3/4 to Zombie. One's gonna block with the Solemn. They'll get trampled for 6 though. We're going to block this thing. We'll get trampled for 4. You know, if I had been smarter about our land usage last turn, could have got the Binder's Enclave in and drawn a card. Would have been nice. We do have a True Conviction in the deck. I think there's also a Light and Shadow in here, so we have some ability to gain some life back. Yeah, there's the Light and Shadow. Got a True Conviction. That's probably going to be most of our life gain. Guess there's a Firemane Avenger can gain us small amounts of life. Yep, there's some triggers. Wow, are they going to get 3 of those? Yeah, they're going to get 3 tokens right here. That's actually going to be a big problem. Yeah, that's a lot of creatures on the board. So if Kess doesn't play the board wipe, we probably need to think about just like alpha striking them. They do have 3 mana up though. That's kind of an issue. Now I kind of wish I had used our mana a little bit better over the last 2 turns, and well, let's see what Kess has. Archon of Cruelty. Enters the battlefield or attacks. Target opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker, discards a card and loses 3 life. You draw a card and gain 3 life. That's pretty nasty. Enters the battlefield or attacks. Oh, it's like a Titan. Yeah, they're going to choose the player with all the creatures. That makes sense to me. Sacrifices a creature, discards a card, and loses 3 life. That's so savage. That's so unbelievably savage. I didn't put the Fairies Protection in this deck, mostly just because I put it in every deck. Decided not to do that today. We don't have like a great fog. True Conviction off the top would be nice, but we still don't have like that many creatures in play. Hero of Bladehold is a cool magic card, and we just drew one. Okay, let's think about this. So we start with an Ogre Battle Driver, and then we could play this. This would become a 5/4. We can attack into opponent, although we got to be careful. They still have big blockers, which is scary, but I guess we can protect one with a Mother of Runes, which we'll want to think about doing. The 2 tokens will become 3/2s because of the Ogre Battle Driver. I mean, they can kind of chip at these creatures, which is the thing. Oh, plus that they become 4, so yeah, they can like start to either do damage or like kill some creatures over here. Also, the Hero Bladehold will give us some form of protection against the Archon. Ooh, we can also Skull Clamp the tokens afterwards. It's interesting. Okay, play the Bonder's Enclave. Probably not going to discard that one for any reason. Play the Ogre Battle Driver. Yeah, we could haste the Battle Driver if we have enough mana. Let's cast a Hero of Bladehold. We have 2 mana left. We can either haste the Battle Driver or move the Mask of Memory. Moving a Mask of Memory is probably a better idea. Hero Bladehold comes in, Ogre Battle Driver trigger. Move the Mask of Memory over to Adriana. Zombie has something. Please don't be an Overloaded Rift. Wow, it's an Overloaded Rift. What could be more awesome than that? Oh, that hurts so much. We're probably gonna have to discard. Yeah, that's incredibly painful. It's still in our main phase, that's cool. 10 cards in hand. Cast the Soul Ring. I'm probably gonna have to discard one. Guess we play the Mask of Memory. Who do we discard? Skull Clamp, maybe? Oh, but Skull Clamp can do so much. Maybe the Mother of Runes, but that's also a really good card. Yeah, maybe the Mother of Runes, because at this point you have to recast it. Even if we give it haste, it'll lose haste at end of turn, and then there's a kind of that turn cycle where they can see it, and it's much less impactful than you want it to be. So we basically lost an entire turn right there. Feels bad. Opponent's going to hit us with the Lonis ability. Other than a few things, I don't think there's too much in the deck that's going to be terribly exciting for them. Sun Titan's probably like the best one. I guess they don't have much of a graveyard, but Hero of Oxid Ridge, I guess that's something. Would love to find a homeward path to steal that back. Vastwood Surge. Search your library for 2 basic lands. You can kick it, pump up your creatures. Oh man, if we can catch an Oketra's Monument off the top next turn, that would be awesome. Be so many 1/1s. Zombie unfortunately has a lot of blue blockers, which is bad for our Feast and Famine. He's going to send a little bit our way. He's going to get us with the Battle Cry. Yeah. What's interesting here is like after a rift like this opponent becomes really exposed to a board wipe, because if you have a board wipe now, you just play it because it's one-sided. You don't lose anything. There's of course with Crasher coming back. Yep. But luckily, being that he also has a giant board state and the rest of us don't, he probably makes himself the target a little bit. Chromatic Lantern followed by Tribute Mage for opponent, and they grab an Arcane Signet. Plays the Arcane Signet. Ooh, that's a Marshal's Anthem. That's a really good piece of backup. I will probably be a little bit more loosey-goosey with how we play things now. We have options here. We have anything with flying? Nothing with flying currently. Looks like we have 10 total mana. Potentially we could go, that'd be 6 plus 5 more. Doesn't look like we're going to get, could use the Amaria's Call, and that would give us Hasted Hero of Bladehold Feast and Famine, and that's definitely a thing. You know, we haven't seen the board wipe yet. Doesn't mean that like Kess won't draw one, but with the Marshal's Anthem in hand, I do feel a lot better about things. You know, I might be on like maybe Hero of Bladehold, haste it, and then Skull Clamp some stuff. Doesn't seem like a bad idea, because that'll probably get us to a land drop. Maybe not. Maybe we should have went the Feast and Famine route. Drawing cards right here doesn't feel as good as it could. Yeah, maybe we're playing the Amaria's Call then. All right, yeah. I changed my mind halfway through, and as a result, we're going to have to give up on this Amaria's Call. Pay the 3 life. Haste the Hero of Bladehold. Play Feast and Famine. Equip a Feast and Famine. Swing into Xeno. Battle Cry on the bottom. We'll send them into Storm, since it's the most costly, I think, to go. They probably don't block. They probably use this to block something bigger, would be my guess. We hit! Our land's on tap. Fantastic. Back to 10 mana. Love it. Play a Skull Clamp. Equip a Skull Clamp. Creature dies. We draw 2 cards. There's a land. Apparently, we already played a land. Ooh, that's a Waves of Aggression. We should set up this turn and Waves of Aggression next turn is what we should do. Oh, we have the Mask of Memory, too. We could potentially fire off a lot of combats. Like, if we keep hitting lands, ooh, we'll give our opponents 1 turn. And, like, I get that we could try this now. We'd probably make a lot of tokens doing it. Oh, and if the lands keep untapping every time. Although, you know what'll happen? Eventually, we'll run out of... Like, once we would kill Xeno, get a bunch of tokens, and then we would run into some blue creatures and they would block. Okay, Oh, but I really want to do that. How much mana do we have? We have 4, 5, 6, 7 mana right now. Yeah, let's get Adriana back in then. Oh, we should have went Battle Driver, Stoneforge Mystic. I guess we'll just equip these equipments then. Who do they kill first? I'm guessing someone will try to kill this Hero Blade Hold, so we'll put a Skull Clamp on it. Yeah, I guess Mask on the hero also. Yeah, I mean, we could probably win the game with that. Yeah, if we get Ogre Battle Driver. Ogre Battle Driver, Stoneforge Mystic, Waves of Aggression, if everything holds up, could be a thing. Oh, God. Ooh. Zombie plays a fumble. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Gain control of all auras and equipment. He gets our Skull Clamp, our Mask of Memory, and our Feast and Famine. Well, now he's just gonna die. I mean, I guess now we can't combo, which is unfortunate. Yeah, maybe we should just went for it. Hero of Oxidridge coming our way. It's not great. Do we block with Adriana? He only has 1 card left. I guess he'll get more. Who do we want to discard? I guess that's the question. Block with that and it dies, or... Oh, we could have killed it. We could have killed it. I wish I blocked. Then we could get things back with Martial's Anthem. So now we're down to 10. I guess we've taken some punches this game. I guess War Room? Yeah, I guess War Room. Yeah, because if we block, we could send them both to the graveyard and then pull them all out. Martial's Anthem. Ugh. Fabricate. Oh, the Great Henge. Gross. Luckily low on cards. Gonna target Kess with the Lonis ability. Finds a creature, annoyingly. They're gonna draw a card, and then they'll investigate. And then they investigate additional. Oh, God. Yep. Here we go. Yeah, now he can just keep doing this until, like, he whiffs on a creature. Hopefully he doesn't figure out that we're on, like, 30 creatures. Oh, no. Thank God it's a tap ability. Oh, my God. Skull Clamp's a thing. Homeward Path off the top would actually be very good. We'd get our Hero of Oxidridge back. Power 1 or less. That's a number of zombies creatures that wouldn't be able to block. They're going to crack a clue, draw a card. Soul Swallower coming back. Yep. Bortusk coming back. Yep. Those are magic cards. Big one over to Zombie. He can't block that profitably. Like, he can throw a bunch of things in front of it. I guess there's a Skull Clamp. He's going to... Okay. Yeah, he's going to trade in some stuff to not take a bunch of damage. And more importantly, not have a big dinosaur get created. Yeah, that removes blockers. That is actually good news. He does have a doubling season, which he got in, by the way, so his tokens are quadrupled. Draws 2 cards. Gets a 1/1. Not too bad. Only 2 blockers left, though. That's the thing that we can exploit. We have to be careful. We're at 10 life. With the hero, like, he could just kill us. Love to see that board wipe that the Kess has not played. Oh, there it is. Toxic Deluge, X8. Fantastic. Adriana, back to the command zone. Yeah, I think command zone. Our Hero of Oxidridge is now in the graveyard, which is a good spot for it to be. We can get that thing out. You got to be careful, because you can only get so many things at a time with Martial's Anthem, but read the bones for opponent. Board wipe finally showing up. Oh, they're going to dual caster it. Yeah, why not? Maybe we should have sent Adriana to the graveyard. Cracks and Evolving Wilds. Sky Knight. Ooh, yeah, that makes bodies. I like that. Okay, so start with Ogre Battle Driver. Get Sky Knight Vanguard. It gets haste. 2+2/0. Play the Hero Blade Hold. And I do believe this is going to be a big attack over to Zombie. Battle Cry on the bottom. We'll get a 1/1 tapped and attacking and 2 1/1s. Yeah, we'll send those in against Zombie as well. Does have the most life. He's at 36, so like he's barely taken any damage. This will probably cut him in half. 1/1 comes in against Zombie. It'll get 2/0 and haste. And then Battle Cry happens, and now they're all giant. We got 5/4, 4/2, and a bunch of 4/1s. Pretty good. Goes down to 15, joining the rest of us. Not bad. Pass turn like that. So yeah, there is something to say about the fact that, like, because all these creatures pump each other up, normally you pay for some big expensive creature that does a lot of damage. Like, I don't know, you pay 8 mana for a Crater Hoof, or something like that, 7 mana for Gisela, 6 for Aurelia, and then you get a lot of damage. These are interesting because you can make smaller, more mana efficient plays that turn into a lot of damage. The trade-off being that you need multiple cards in play. And if there's like a lot of spot removal or something, that could be an issue. Where like Aurelia is bad against a single piece of spot removal, having 2 or 3 creatures that are probably very close in mana cost, but will give you a somewhat similar result, it's harder to deal with in certain ways as opposed to other stuff. Opponent caster commander, Great Henge trigger. So when you have a couple cards put together, you do get a little bit of this. Each of them can punch above their mana cost, which is really cool, and that's a nice feeling to have. But if people start picking your board state apart, then individually each one is less impactful than just casting a Sun Titan, casting an Aurelia. Oh, that's a Boundless Realms. Oh my, he's going to get all the lands in his deck. Thinking about next turn, maybe we're not on Martial's Anthem. Maybe we're on, like, Adriana Waves of Aggression, although that is a lot of mana also. Adriana's going to be 7. Waves of Aggression is going to be 5. That's 12. We would need a land off the top to do it. I guess the other thing, land off the top means we could also Waves of Aggression twice, and with the Battle Cry, kind of similar. Plus, Storm is on low life, so, like, it won't take that much to kill him. Just, you know, again, land off the top, attacking with Waves of Aggression twice might be good enough. Oh god, what's this? Enters battlefield, return a creature you control to its owner's hand. Okay, so it has to be one they control. With the Great Henge, though, seems like a problem. Oh, yeah, that's going to be really good. Make a whole lot of clues. Yeah, that seems like a good interaction. Got some of that Animar tech going. Mulgraph Monstrosity, love it. I've only been able to use that card a few times in my Commander career, but it's really fun when you do. Gotta watch out for this Kess turn. A lot of things could go wrong here. Archon of Cruelty, disgusting. See where they point it? Pointed at zombie, love it. Love it. I think double waves of aggression is the play. Can we get anything else? We could play a Stoneforge Mystic first. That's cool. Blood Chief's Thirst, destroy target creature. Oh no, the Sky Knight Vanguard goes down. Destroy creature with mana value 2 or less if it was kicked. Any creature, yeah. That does cut down our damage. Luckily, there's still a Hero of Bladehold, and Hero of Bladehold can get a lot done. Land off the top. There's the land off the top. Okay, do we go Adriana Waves or do we go Double Waves? Double Waves gets us an extra round of 2/2s, which will then be Battle Cried and get that. Adriana gets us +3 and then +6. Oh yeah, Adriana seems way too good. Let's just double check the casting cost, make sure things haven't gone wild. Yep, it's still 7, just like we expect. Play this Flooded Strand, crack this Flooded Strand, get a Sacred Foundry, untap. Double check all of our mana. Got 7 right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, got exactly enough. Here we go. Opponents are tapped out. Adriana coming back. Ogre Battle Driver trigger. Go to combat. Adriana into zombie. Battle Driver into zombie. These are both going to get +3. That'll be 9. That should be lethal on him. I think we could send this over there kind of safely. That'll get +3, so it'll have 7. Send these at Xeno. A little worried about the Hero Bladehold going down. Maybe if we do this the other way. Send Adriana to Storm. Bring back the hero. Send. That'll get +3. No, it'll still only have 7. I guess it doesn't matter that much. I think we can part with Ogre Battle Driver the most. So send that over there in case they want to block. Send these 2 right there. He's being attacked. He's being attacked. He's being attacked. Okay, I think we got everything the way we want it. Bunch of triggers going off. Battle Cry on the bottom. Melees a whole bunch of times. Oh god, it's freaking out. Melee and then 2 Hero of Bladehold triggers. That's going to be 9. I guess we send both of those into Xeno as well. 2 more Ogre Battle Drivers. There's a Battle Cry. We have some damage on board. Opponent's going to block a token with the Mulgraph Monstrosity. Yep, we'll cut down our damage a bit, but they're still going to take a giant hit. Opponent's also going to do some blocking. Luckily not blocking to kill the Battle Driver. Just doing the chump block right there. Which means his Waves of Aggression going to be more deadly. Zombie Caller goes down. We get all of our stuff back. Cast this Waves of Aggression. Back to combat. This into Storm. That into Storm. That into Storm. These into Xeno. Somehow those ones didn't untap. I don't know what happened there. Oh, they were never declared as attackers. That's why. Battle Cry on the bottom. Melee a bunch of times. Gonna split these up. I haven't done the math super well here. Oh, Storm Scoop. Yep. Okay. It was getting weird in the clicking right there. So Storm goes down. And hopefully there's... Yeah, okay. There's just enough left here. Oh, no. We have a couple extras. And Xeno goes down. The big Waves of Aggression with Adriana and Hero of Bladehold. Oh, makes me so happy. These are like all my favorite cards. Oh, yeah. Nice. I can't believe that worked. We got lucky that Kess didn't have a board wipe early in the game. That was nice. We also had a super fast start with the mana. Zombie slowed us down by taking our artifacts for a turn there. Definitely could have been bad. He almost got himself back into it. He was starting to get ahead, and luckily opponent had something to slow him down. But yeah, this Battle Cry deck, it's fun. Like I said, it doesn't have enough removal in it. If you want to build something like this, add more removal, cut like 3 creatures, and then add some board wipes in, add some kind of removal. You can also try getting some removal from your creatures, which initially this deck had some of, but I just got rid of in favor of just trying to go full aggro for today's video. But yeah, it is cool when you get like 2 or 3 creatures put together the right way that they can punch above their weight and they can really do a lot working together, which is super cool. One thing to say is that like stuff like Piana's Nomad is probably better served in an Aurelia deck where you can attack twice. Honestly, Adriana supplies so much size and damage output that like you really don't need a lot of these. Like you can run a couple of the good ones like Hero of Bladehold. Hero of Oxid Ridge is very solid. Ogre Battle Driver is obviously very cool. Like you can run those ones and get rid of some of the worst ones because Adriana takes care of that out of the command zone, and then you can devote those deck slots to other things like removal and like the other stuff we talked about. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. Thank you for watching. I want to thank my awesome Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. If you want to help support the channel and vote on which decks I play next, feel free to check out my Patreon, the link below.